Get sued for using Getty Images, everybody. We need to.
Well, that's an alert to everybody. Put some new pictures online.
Put some new, yeah, Stephanie, you got to get your stuff out there. So, well, and Steve, your picture, every time you wear that shirt, I think you're becoming Catholic. You've got the heart of Jesus right there. He's on the, if you ever see Jesus, he's got that big red heart right in the center. So.
I knew it was just a matter of
Merry
time.
Christmas to you. Welcome to the Virtual Comedy Show. And of course, start out, we're just going to say, we're thinking about all the people in LA. We know Stephanie's out there. We know Sulu's out there, and they're safe, but a lot of people are still worried, everybody. And it reminds me back when we had the tornado here and all the help we got. I hope that help is all coming for Los Angeles and the area too. But welcome to the Virtual Comedy Show. It's a little bit of a funny business we do here every week on the internet, whether it works or not. But one person we couldn't do this without, our star Steve Goody, everybody. We couldn't. I'm useless. Because he's got all 42 intros. So without him, no intros. So, and we could do it, but we don't want to without Patty Vasquez, everybody.
We could not do it. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's right. And this week we have a special, famous, super fun friend, comedian, actress, Stephanie Hodge, everybody.
Yay.
Who won't tell us the big starring thing she's in because she can't. Why can't you tell us? What's the reason you can't tell us?
Because I signed a non-disclosure agreement.
Oh, okay. And then they don't pay you, or you just never get hired again. You got a bad reputation.
No, they come, they hunt you down, they skin you, and they make shoes out of your flesh.
Well, I've heard that about Hollywood. So anyway, by the way, everybody, remember, as far as LA goes, the Red Cross is a great place to send any donations of any size. It's just not famous people out there in trouble, too. Thousands of normal folks. Matter of fact, mostly normal folks are in trouble. But we also have singing sensations, Charles and Janet Cox with us.
Hey.
That picture that you showed the love, Janet, that you have for Charles. That's so beautiful. The look in your eyes in that picture just made me glad it wasn't a Getty image, I guess. Okay, now I want to start with this. I have been trying, like a lot of people, to get in better shape and been working out a bit. But you're never actually looking for advice, but people get it. Give it to you. One exercise I've been working on with my wife is planking. Anybody planking? Working on the planking, that core?
Yeah.
No, sir.
You get on your elbows. Get on your elbows and your knees, right? And you hold your knees off the ground in a push-up position and hold it as long as you can. Well, okay, I'm up to 20 seconds. Yeah, and I'm shaking like a leaf. 20 seconds, shaking like a leaf. But that is just not good enough for people online. No. The second you try something, wow, that stayed right there. The second you try something, some meathead goes, okay, now go up to your hands. Okay, now kick your left leg out while you're doing it. Roll to the side while planking. Hold one foot in the air while twisting your knee between your arms. Okay, maybe give me a week or so to hold one position for more than 30 seconds before I up the ante to plank pretzel. I don't know. Is anybody else doing it?
What's the world record for planking?
That's what?
What's the world record for planking? Do you know?
I have no idea, but it sounds dirty.
9 hours, 38 minutes, and 47 seconds.
But that's just one plank. That's not doing this.
That's
people do crazy stuff, though. They plank and then they put their feet up and down and they go up and they touch this and that.
Yeah. Make pancakes.
I'm just, they lick the floor. I'm just trying to do one thing. And isn't the point of planking not to move, right?
Yes.
A plank is a stiff thing that you make someone walk off to die in the ocean. A blanket. I have never heard of a plank except for that. You don't contort in 50 different ways. No one's going to walk out on that thing. So leave me alone for a day to honor the true pirate origins of the plank. Could that be enough? Okay. And one more thing before we do the jokes. I was called an adorable anti-Semitic on a ship last week.
Where are you?
Oh dear.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I was talking with two comics. One was Jewish, one was not, both musicians. But they seem to be very taken aback about some music, something that maybe I said, we were talking about music and playing, and I said maybe they should get one of those mouth harps. Y'all know what a mouth harp is? Yeah, but I had never heard that term before, mouth harp. I grew up thinking it was juice harp, like orange juice, right? I see Steve's laughing already. And come to find out, that is not what it's called. They kept saying, "What are you saying?" And I was like, I was juice harp, like apple. And they said, "What? How does it make you think of an apple?" And then I said, "Well, I know my friend Steve Goody's favorite juice is apple juice." And he's a musician. And they're like, "Wait, isn't he Jewish?" And I said, "What does that have to do with this?" And they said, "Do you know what this thing is called?" And I pointed, and they still didn't. And by the way, they don't know what I'm saying, and I don't know what they're saying. Because I have never heard what they are saying. I always thought that I'm trying to get the paper out here so I can look at the next page where I've written more of the hilarious stuff I'm talking about. Because I always thought it was called a juice harp because you have to get a bunch of saliva in there to make the sound, a juice harp. And they went, "You think it," and they finally heard it. They said, "You think it's juice?" And I was like, "That's what it is." And they said, "It is not." And then they explained it to me, which I won't, because it looks like everyone but me knows this. Does anyone not know this?
Not only do I know it, I think I explained it to you one time years ago.
No, you never did. Wait, even Chuck knows what it is, and I don't even know. They explained it to me, and then my friend Matt Sadler, who is Jewish, he goes, "Well, you're the most adorable anti-Semitic I've ever met."
Oh my gosh.
I know. Is that?
I don't think there's anything anti-Semitic about calling it a Jews harp.
No.
What is it? He told me it was about some band or something from the whenever. I didn't listen. I just now won't say that anymore.
I think what's anti-Semitic is when you involve apples and oranges. That's wrong.
That's terrible. Well, because you like the apple juice. Okay, so here we go. Let's start. A Canadian man has been arrested for trying to carry the skull of a baby crocodile on a flight wrapped in a blanket. It is forbidden to smuggle any wildlife out of India. The man will now be brought before the mother crocodile to explain what's in the blanket.
Oh dear.
This sounds appropriate.
Hey, Mom. There you go. Okay. I just Googled. Wow. Shoot. Chuck put it in there and everything. A research team has collected the oldest ice core Earth samples in history. A scientific team from 12 European institutions drilled and retrieved a 9,000-foot long ice core from the Antarctic ice sheet spanning more than 1 million years into Earth's past. Wow. Where there was a sudden and more intense ice age at the time. Isn't that amazing? Researchers also found evidence of large quantities of empty bread bags and milk cartons.
Oh.
They had to have that, didn't they? They did that here again, like 4 days. They said it's going to rain 3 inches, and they just off the shelves. And I'm like, it's going to be 3 days, and it was 2. Okay. Oh my gosh, this one, I love dinosaurs. A limestone worker in Oxfordshire, England, found weird bumps on the ground, which turned out to be a dinosaur highway.
A what?
A dinosaur highway.
Oh.
A pathway with nearly 200 dinosaur footprints back and forth, dating 166 million years ago. Is that amazing? Wow. The trackways revealed insights into the behavior and movements of many different species of dinosaurs up and down the path. And one very interesting print on the ground of a dinosaur on its back, they're calling the lot lizard. That ding was specifically timed. Whoever was dinging there.
Wow, whoever did that, well done.
Well done. That was a goodly timed ding. The original handwritten and typed lyrics of Mr. Tambourine Man by Bob Dylan will be sold at auction this week. They're expected to garner more than $400,000. Is that crazy? Would anybody pay that for the lyrics from Bob Dylan? And expected to go for millions of dollars. You can bid on the chance to burn the lyrics and slap the composer of the Macarena. That was a tambourine in that joke.
I was helping. Yeah.
You were helping. I needed it. This is my favorite joke.
Oh dear.
I always say that because then people can go, what's he thinking? The Philadelphia Eagles star receiver was caught on the sidelines reading a book during a game, and millions of people are wondering what could be so fascinating that a player would be flipping through it instead of concentrating on the game. Who knows what the book was? Nobody.
It was a motivational book.
That's right.
No, it was Taylor Swift's autobiography.
No. The book was Inner Excellence, a self-help book by author Jim Murphy to help players to have confidence under pressure. Now, this is a big change from other teams reading on the bench, when last summer every player on the White Sox team was reading Who Moved My Cheese? Okay. Chuck knows the music harp thing, but not what Who Moved My... Got to read.
Well, she's not paying attention is the thing.
She doesn't care.
Jeff.
Jeff, why are we here? What are we doing here?
And who's meowing?
Can we be anywhere else?
It's a
Carrie Underwood will perform at Trump's inauguration. That's great. Donnie said he isn't worried about the singer's performance because he doesn't even own a truck for Melania to trash. Because she probably would. Hey, January 12th. Oh, somebody thought that was funny. That's nice, Pat. January 12th, if you missed it, it's official No Trousers 2 Bride Day in London. No trousers. We're in the middle of winter. Locals take to the trains sans slacks, as it were, to be silly. That's what they do. The trend was not invented in England. However, it started in New York City in 2002, where it was called, "Hey, baby, look at what I got for you right here." Little different. All right. 3 more quick ones. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced that Facebook will no longer be fact-checking anything on any of their platforms, from Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, leading everyone to comment, did they ever fact-check anything in the first place? Nobody. There was never fact-checking. The only thing we know for sure is today is the day that you must copy and paste that you don't want Facebook to use your photos. All right. And we've learned we are doomed as a species. Okay. All right. Hey, anyone know what they do with unsold Christmas trees in Berlin?
They eat them.
Eat them to goats.
Not goats. They give them to the elephants at the zoo.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah. The pachyderms love the trees as they eat the greenery, and they have been seen fighting with the trunks. They'll strip the trunks and fight with the trunks. The zoogoers love this much more than last year when the baboons used the leftover mistletoe to tell zoo patrons to kiss their red butts. I don't know how they were that smart. They were pretty smart to do that. So that was nice. And here it is. We're going to finish up with what I've been doing all week. The joke of the day. Everybody write your own joke. I wrote 3 punchlines for this one. If you don't know, I get an email every day that are jokes, but I refuse to click on the
clickbait.
Yeah, I refuse to click on the setup because I don't want to see the punchline. So I write my own. Here it is. What do you call a bird that is afraid to fly? Ready?
What do you call a bird that's afraid to fly?
A cassowary.
Wow.
Okay, what do you call a bird that's afraid to fly?
What?
A toucan. And lastly, what do you call a bird that is afraid to fly? A gold flinch. And of course, Carla came up with the one that I think it might have been the real one.
That's what I was thinking also.
Yeah, well, chicken was easy, and only losers would come up with that. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brad Tassell, and right now is Alice.